Hi, my name is Dory Straight, and I'm the Executive Director of the Volunteer Attorney Program. Our organization strives to help ensure all individuals have access to justice. There is not a constitutional right to have an attorney in civil legal matters. There's legal aid, but unfortunately there are limited resources. In the state of Minnesota, there are 7,000 low-income individuals for every one legal aid or legal services attorney. That leaves a tremendous gap for us to fill. And thanks to our wonderful volunteers, our generous supporters, and the entire community who has band together to ensure that we're able to achieve this crucial mission, we're here today, and we're lessening that tremendous gap in services to ensure that everybody has access to justice.
I've been so appreciative of the existence of the volunteer attorney program. More so since I became a judge, I realized how important it is that people have an opportunity to get representation, family law cases in particular.
Because of the complex nature of these issues, it's even more important for the people to be represented. It's not about the judges, it's about the people needing the representation, especially in those complex family law matters, but of course other matters too.
Karen, this here is an order on a petition for a harassment restraining order. It's a court order, so...
Well, both my husband and I are graduate students, and I knew that he had been experiencing depression, and eventually he confided in me that he was feeling suicidal. So I ultimately made the decision to call 911, and this resulted in my husband being picked up by the police, brought to the hospital in emergency. He was examined for quite a while. But as a result of my actions, the college we were both attending made the rather conservative choice, in my opinion, to file a harassment restraining order against my husband, which did not allow him to come onto the campus or to be in contact with any individuals, faculty, staff, or students affiliated with the college.
You can encounter cases where one party is unrepresented, can't express their voice or opinion. The other side is seemingly quite large, a school in this case, and it puts people in a position where they're really struggling to have their voice heard, and it's this program that can match those cases with attorneys that are able to do for them what they otherwise wouldn't be able to do and get a result they otherwise might not be able to achieve.
I'm pretty sure that without the volunteer attorney program, we wouldn't have had representation, we wouldn't have stood against the school, and we wouldn't have prevailed in this situation. But as it is, actually my husband has been able to return to the same school to continue his course of study. And I think that it's because of having the representation.
Many of these people just aren't capable of figuring out the fairly complex set of laws that may apply to their case. And having representation on each side gives them an opportunity to essentially get a fair playing field in the advocacy system in court.
Family law is very complicated. I don't care what anybody says. People may say this is just a straightforward divorce, but if there's any property or bills or children, it can be very complicated, and the need for representation of these people for family law matters is great.
Trying to figure out, what am I going to do? How am I going to solve this problem? All I want to do is be heard in court, And I found these guys, and they got right on it, and it wasn't long. It wasn't long at all. I think I had spent 2 months just trying to figure it out on my own, and within less than a month, they had it ready to go in the courtroom and dismissed.
He came in, and I saw a guy who had tried to help himself, and he just hit a stone wall because he did everything that the courts were going to let him do on his own. And at that point, he was stuck.
I did most of my work myself, as much as I possibly could, until I kept running into dead ends. And when I found these guys, and one, the confidence, she was right there, right on top of it, that made me feel way better right off the bat. I was like, here's someone who knows what's going on, okay.
If Cord hadn't stumbled upon our organization, he would have lost his livelihood. You know, he would have been estranged from his family. He wouldn't have been able to see his nephews, and there would have been nowhere for him to go.
Working with these guys, you know, she's my hero. You know, she got the job done, and I wouldn't be able to continue doing what I'm doing if it wasn't for her. It's as simple as that.
George and Mildred were amazing clients who came in, and they were seeking to adopt their grandchildren, their 3 grandchildren. So the fact that I was able to help them through that and get them then through the adoption once the children were all free to be adopted was a great thing, and they have been such wonderful contacts since then, and just so thankful for the entire process.
When adoptions come through, we call that fun court because that's one of the few things that is happy. It's a wonderful thing to be able to make a family.
It's very, very gratifying to be able to help someone that desperately needs it and couldn't possibly pay for the service. Whether the people in Duluth know it or not, their legal community here as a whole does a lot of community help, a lot of volunteer help through this program.